Jumbo Mambo Familia Angu. This is Eli, and this is my third attempt to start this video. you know, uh, this will not be a very long video today. This is maybe the reason that I keep having to restart it is because I'm kind of trying to do it fast, because this is Erev Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom to each and every one of you who celebrate Sabbath. And this is Juma Day, Juma Mubarak, to all of my Muslim brothers and sisters. I celebrate both holy days. I practice something called Judeo Islam, which means that I practice both holidays. I used to, pardon me for that noise. I used to be a Seventh-day Adventist, and in the Seventh-day Adventist church, we are taught that there are 10 commandments, and we honor the keeping of the Sabbath, and that's supposed to be a special sign of being a Seventh-day Adventist. But the thing is that if you look at the Old Testament, there are actually 613 commandments. Okay, some of them are technical in nature. Some of them, even though we respect, we as ordinary people do not keep. But when I remember asking a pastor, a Seventh-day Adventist pastor, who I had gotten to teach a class on the Hebrew holidays, I asked him, can you explain why we do not keep the other commandments? Because when you read the book of Deuteronomy and the book of Deuteronomy and Leviticus, it tells us that these commandments are an eternal covenant. And he had no answer. He told me that it was just tradition. Well, I try to practice truth as opposed to just tradition. So I went ahead and started to do studying. And the upshot of the whole thing was that I first ended up becoming a member of the Jewish faith by formal conversion. And then a tragedy happened in my life involving a very dear friend of mine and the Muslim community. And I was heartbroken because he ended up having a big problem with the Muslim community. And even though my other best friend was Muslim, and we would talk about Islam, I realized that I was kind of ignorant about Islam. And right at that moment, Allah sent a lady to work for me. And when I opened the door, she was wearing, if you see Gadiera, she was dressed exactly that same way. And it turned out that this was in the middle of Ramadan, which I did not know. And I think that people thought that because one of my friends had problems with Muslims, that maybe I had a problem with Muslims. No, I love Muslims, always have. And when this lady came and started to work with me, I just questioned her all the time about Islam, and she ended up getting me some materials. I ended up with a copy of the Quran, and I started to read it. And I came to an astonishing conclusion on my own. I wasn't trying to invent anything, but I came to the conclusion that Islam and Judaism are, they're identical twins almost, and I came to the remarkable conclusion, that I could practice both. Rabbis will tell you that if you are in a community that doesn't have a synagogue, it's okay to go and worship at the mosque, because we pretty much believe the same thing. So at that point, I decided to do something. I have something in common with A.M. Carroll. Recently, I saw her talking about how she does her own thing and doesn't like people directing her on what to put on her channel. And I saw a video in which someone suggested she do a video on a subject, and I was laughing. I was saying, this man does not know A.M. Carroll. Okay, you can go to her and tell her, hey, listen, there's a top. I've done this. I think this is a good topic. Would you consider doing a video? I learned a lesson when after one time of doing that, and that is that this is not a woman who, this is a woman with her own mind. And she does not like anybody telling her or suggesting to her that she do this or do that. So I learned my lesson. But I'm a man and I'm the same way. I don't necessarily like people to tell me you must do this or you must do that. And a lot of my Muslim friends, when I told them I want to be a Muslim, but I will remain a Jew, they were telling me that I was playing with the religious. I'm not. I have a profound respect for Islam. I have a profound respect for Judaism. And I went ahead and did it, and I have never been as happy. I'm very careful about not going around anyone and telling them anything about this because I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want anybody to think that I'm disrespecting them, but I love Islam. I love Muslims, and I love Judaism. And when I see what's going on in the Middle East, I feel like a man who has a mother and a father, or two brothers who are fighting and don't get along, and it breaks your heart because you love them both, and you realize that there should be peace in between them, but at the same time, you also realize that, just because you want something to be a certain way doesn't mean that it is. And so what I personally do is when I pray at the end of the day or during the day, I always ask Allah, please protect Muslims, please protect Jews, please protect my brothers and sisters. May there come a day when Jews and Muslims embrace and respect each other and love each other, and anyway, I was really, really touched by, we're all on here laughing and making, talking about the flood at Marwa's, the Villa Medellin, the Capuchin, or whatever the heck. We're laughing at that, but you want to know something, folks? It's a very serious situation. People throughout Somalia and Kenya are losing lives. Bridges are being ripped apart by the waters. Homes are collapsing. Farmlands are being destroyed. Farm crops are being destroyed. Animals are being killed. A lot of people have died. And it makes a point for me that's very, very important. Honor the God of heaven, and brothers and sisters, let's care for each other because people are losing their lives because of this El Niño. A.M. Carroll always talks about El Niño, and which in Spanish means the boy. What does that have to do with fellow the boy? If you wanted to use Spanish, it would be fellow El Niño. But anyway, that's the end of there. The point is that this is a very, very serious situation. And I call on each and every one of you to please keep the people of Kenya, keep the people of Somalia, the people affected by the rain. Let's keep them in prayer. And again, I was seeing a video by Steve J1 about the upcoming festivities and how people are going to be camping out. And at one point, he said that they're going to have to cross that river. My question is, how do you cross? And let's call it what it is. It's a big creek. How do you cross a creek when the storms are raging and everything? I'm scared because I don't. As much as I find the whole Marwa thing to be a farce, a comedy, I really pray to God that No harm come to any of his guests if he has any guests. And no harm come to any of the people of Nyabohanse. I have never set foot in that village, and most of the people there might not necessarily like what I have to say, but I'm praying to God that everybody there does okay. Shout out to Max One. Shout out to Fellow the Boy. Shout out to Joint Hand Live Trees. Shout out to Diana Kemi. Shout out to Burundian Traveler. Shout out to all of the people of that village. And I'm praying that Marwa and his family, David Jr., congrats, Mom. I'm praying that they're all okay. I'm praying that nobody is hurt by the rain, and may the God of heaven hear my prayers and protect all of them. It's a scary situation. We saw that flood, and many of us were talking about it and everything, but the human dimension is that people are losing their lives. And I hate to see that. I love humanity. I love all humans. And I don't want to see anybody get hurt or die. So I ask you all to keep the people of Somalia and Kenya in prayer. If you haven't liked and subscribed to my channel, please do so. I'm not going to be on here long. It's a little bit late in the day for me, and Sabbath is going to be starting very soon. People sometimes see that you live in America and they think that you live a perfect life, and we don't. If you lived at the doors of heaven, there will be struggle involved, and my mother and father brought me here to the United States when I was a little child, and I know how difficult it is to forget the people that are struggling to come here to the United States. And so, I freely offer, to whatever extent I can, if I can help you, if you're trying to come to America, let me be of help. This has been a very difficult week, but you people do not know how making these videos and talking and taking my mind off of the problems that are going on in my personal life, how good it feels. I love each and every one of you. I don't have a huge channel. May Allah allow it to grow more. May Allah allow it to grow more. But I'm very grateful for the people who have subscribed to me. I'm very grateful for the channel I do have. And there is no such thing as too many subscribers or too few subscribers. If you have one subscriber, you have a precious number of subscribers. If you have millions of subscribers, you have a precious number of subscribers. The fact that one of you, or any of you, or several of you, choose to become my friends and choose to come on my channels and make comments is very, very precious. I'm very grateful to all of those of you who make comments on my channel, and it is such an enjoyable part of I try to answer each and every comment that's made. I'm not I will never be one of those channels where the person feels that they are too big and important to answer people who have taken their time to make a comment. And if and no matter how much my channel grows, I will always try to answer each and every one of you. And I don't care if people get on and say, if you get on and say, you're an old man, my attitude is, yeah, I'm an old man. If you get on and say, you're a grandfather, I say, yeah, I'm a grandfather. If you get on my channel and make a comment about, well, old man and everything. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about goats and rams. There's a saying that goes, the older the ram, the stiffer the horn. Just because Allah has blessed me to live to an older life than you, doesn't mean that I'm not a human being. It doesn't mean that I don't have opinions. It doesn't mean that I don't have a sense of humor, okay? One of the blessings that Allah has given me is the opportunity to make jokes, the opportunity to laugh, you know. And anyway, shout out to all of the people. There's so many channels, the people that I really, really enjoy, and some of them kind of keep their distance because I don't kiss Marwa's ass. Well, my attitude is that's okay. I'm still your friend, and if you ever need my help and you reach out to me, you will get it. In the meantime, once again, let me repeat myself. If you haven't liked and subscribed to my channel, please like and subscribe to my channel. And probably equally as important as that, support my channel. Support my channel. How do you support my channel beyond subscribing? Make comments. Get involved. You know, if Allah permits me, there may come a day when I may post part of my literature, part of the novels I write on here. I'll give you a portion for free. If you like it, I'll make it available to you completely. If you can make a small donation or any donation, I'll appreciate it. But, you know, I hope that you read my novels. It'll give me an opportunity to connect with you even more. In the meantime, people, again, let me repeat, pray for the people of Kenya during the storms of El Nino. Pray for the people of Somalia. We don't want anyone to get hurt. We don't want anybody to drown. We don't want anyone to lose their home. So please, folks, keep each other in prayer. And you know, I love each and every one of you. Thank you for all of the good things you bring into my life. May Allah bless you. Bye-bye.